Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Triplicate by James Kopp. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, so in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have these clues outside the grid. These clues are doing triple duty. We're going to go over each one. So first, they are little killers. So what you do is you look along the indicated diagonal at all of the cells pointed at until you reach the end of the grid. So in this case, these 4 cells. And if you were to sum them all up, they would sum to the clue, 12. So there is no non-repeat rule beyond what Sudoku is already doing. And so we can do, for example, 2, 2, 2, 6, if we wanted to, right? 2, 4, 6, and then another 6 to get 12. So this would be one way to fulfill the clue. So little killers do not restrict repetition beyond what rules or other rules are already doing. All right. In addition to that, we have look and say clues. So in addition to summing to 12, this is telling us if you read the digits one at a time, 1, 2, it sounds like we're saying there is 1, 2. So 2 appears one time. And so that's what we're saying, is that 2 is going to appear exactly one time within these 4 cells that it points at. That's look and say. So I could not do 2, 2, 2, 6 because 2 appears 3 times. That is not one time. That is 3 times. And I can't do like 1, 1, 1. I mean, that wouldn't sum to 12 anyway, but 1, 1, 1, 6 wouldn't work either. I guess I could do 1, 2, 3, 6, right? This would work, actually. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This wouldn't work because there is not 1, 2. It has to exactly describe how many 2s there are. So this would be 1, 1. This would be 1, 1. All right. And then finally, these clues outside the grid are also sandwich clues that affect the rows or the column for that clue. So what you do is you look for where the 1 and the 6 are. So maybe the 1 is here and the 6 is here. And then in between, we have to add to this clue. So these 3 would add to 11. So between the 1 and the 6, these 3 would add to 11. All right. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. Okay, so we have to add to 11 here. And there's only one 1. Or sorry, there is one 1, which is small. So that means we have a 1, and then the other 2 add to 10. So with the 1, the singular 1 that we have, the other digits have to add to 10, which means we're doing either 4, 6, or 5, 5. So this could be a 5 along with the 5 up here, or we could do 4, 6 anywhere, except that's not a 4. So that's how we limit that. The 12 has to use a 2, which means the other 3 add to 10. That doesn't seem very restrictive. All right, let's think about 11 sandwich clues. So the thing about sandwich clues is we know the sum does not contain the 1 or the 6, because by definition, the 1 and 6 are outside of our sum. And so if you wanted to do 11 in 2 cells, it would have to be 5 plus 6. That's the only way, because we can't repeat in the row. Even with repeating in the row, that doesn't help us get to an odd number. But anyway, can't do that because the 6 is going to be outside of the sum. Can't be inside it also. And 11 and 4, the only way is 1, 2, 3, 5. That is the only way to do 11 and 4. And that would contain the 1, and that's not allowed either. So the only way we're adding to 11 is 11 and 3. So like this or like this. Meaning these 2 are always part of our sum. Same here. It's the same clue. And we're either going to have like 6, or the 1, 6 like this, or the 1, 6 like this for both of these rows. I'm not sure if I can do more with that, but it just means these aren't 1, 6. Okay, so there's another thing, which is that I think there's only one way we're going to add to 11, right? So we're going to use, we're going to use 5 of our 6 cells to do the 1 and the 6, and then inside adding to 11. Now that's going to total 11 plus 1 plus 6, so 11 plus 7, which is 18. And we know the entire row adds to 21. So 21 minus 18 is going to be 4. Is that true? No, it's going to be 3. I don't know why I said 4. Which means that the 3 is going to end up outside of our 1, 6. So we need to have 3s kind of here. Either like this or like this, which means that our 1, 6s are going to, one of them is going to do this, and the other one's going to do that. Otherwise, we'd have to have 2 3s in the same column. So, so I guess all of these are from 1, 3, or 6. Because they either end up being the 3, which puts the 1, 6 over here, or they end up being the 1, 6, which puts the 3 over there. Now this 1, 3, 6 is on our 11 clue. We have to have 1, 1. The other ones add to 10. I feel like there's something I'm missing about this. Maybe the 12 clue we should think about as well. 12 and 4. So I guess the thing to think about is in 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be our minimum, would be what it would be, right? It would be what it would be. We'd have 1 and 6 at the ends, and we'd put 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the only way to do it in 4. And that would add to, what's it add to? 9, 11, 14. So 14 is not 12. So we're doing 12 and 3 still. Which means that the outie is going to be a 2. So one of these two is a 2. So these are from 1, 2, 6 only. Because either we're going to have the 2 here and then the 1, 6 like this, or we're going to have the 2 here with the 1, 6 like this. Okay. So these are not 2. These are not 2. So the 2 ends up in one of these two. What else do we have going for us? There's definitely a 2 along here somewhere, and it's not here. So there's a 2. There's actually a 2 in one of these two. And the other ones add to 10. So are we restricted on like putting the 6 here or anything like that? What can we do here? See, this isn't 2, that's not 2, that's not 2. That's not 2. Right, these 2's point, this can't be 2 because this box needs a 2 and it's not here because of the 12 clue. So this 11 clue needs a 2 somewhere in here. And it's not here because that would put it at part of our 12 clue, which we can't do. And then can't be here because these 2's point down. So the 2 ends up in one of these two. I feel like I'm just whittling away. Oh, and then we need a 4 up here as well. And this is not a 4. It's 1, 3, or 6. So this ends up being a 2, 4 pair. Which means this is not a 1 or a 6. So this has to be the 3. Or sorry, this can't be the 3. This has to be a 1 or a 6. I don't think I need to make these gray anymore. I don't think I ever needed them gray. So that makes this a 3 and this a 1, 6. That's a nice break-in. That makes this a 1, 6, this a 1, 6, and this is a 3. All right. So this is known. This is a 5. And 2, 4, 5 does add to 11. Just a sanity check there. This is not a 5. We still need a 2 in one of these two. It's like a weird X-wing. Right, we know 2's in one of these two, and we know 2's in one of these two. That's all the 2's for those two columns. So these can't be 2. I guess we already knew that from the pair. We are definitely going to need a 3 and a 5 down here. This is 1, 2, 6. Okay. Anything else I can do with this? No, this is a 1 or a 6. Let's see. How about the 12? Oh, this is a 1, 6. So this is one of our ends of our 12. So this has to be the 2 then. And then the other 1, 6 is up here. So this is not a 1, 6. And so these are from 3, 4, 5, which does add to 12. Okay. 3 is one of these two. So what is it, this diagonal now? Oh, no. We need a single 1 in this diagonal. It's not going to go here because we have a 1, 6 pair. It could go here or it could go here. But it's definitely in one of these two. I don't think that helps. This 3 looks up, actually, placing a 3 in this box. And that places a 3 here. Now we have 2 3s. Okay, so that adds to the 6. And so these two need to get us to 11. So that needs to add to 5. So this cannot be a 6 on its own. This can't be a 6 because this would already add to 12. So that's a 1. That's 6. That's 1. That's 6. That's 1. And so now we know what this final digit is. 7 to 11 is 4. All right. Over here we get the 2, the 4, the 6, the 6 and the 6. All right, down here we get 1, 3, 5. That's not 3. Here we get the 2 and the 6. The 6 tells us the order, 2 and 6. All right, this 12 still needs... Okay, so it needs a 2. And so we know what the other two digits are going to be. 2 and whatever gets us to 12. So this adds to 4. The 2 in here, which actually can't go here, so it goes here. The 2 gets us to 6, and so this has to be a 6 to get us to 12. Nice. I think we've kind of fulfilled all our clues then. We have all our sandwiches done, and we have all our little killers adding to the correct amount. Oh, we don't have this little killer adding. Wait, no, that's not a little killer. Does this little killer add to the correct amount? It's not gonna. Actually, it is gonna. 5 and 5 will do it. Sorry, I was thinking 4 plus 5 is 9, but we can just do 5, 5. All right, so that's 4. All right, now we should be able to just do Sudoku. That's 5. Up here, we need the 1 and the 4. So that's 1, that's 4, that's 3. Up here, we need a 2 and a 4. So that's 2 and that's 4. Down here, we need 1 and 2. That's 1 and 2. Up here, we need the 3 and 5. 5 and 3. That's 5 and 1. And we're done. That was a neat puzzle, James. Yeah. I liked how the clues interacted. It's interesting to think about the look and say along with the little killer sum. I don't know that I've seen that before, but that was neat. All right, well, let me know how you did, and if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.